you probably heard, or if not, I'm telling you now, Trump signed two bills to support protesters in Hong Kong, going against China's will after all this positive optimism that we've seen in trade war resolution possibilities over the past few days. Now, one would assume that safe havens go up. Well, that was not the case with the yen. The Swiss franc indeed moved higher. One would also assume the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar to move lower, which indeed that was the case. The Canadian dollar, although, is moving higher, right? And this is because the economy is really performing. There is no move on the, or sort of language to the downside from the BOC. And that is the reason, actually, I want today to look at 2FX minus CAD, yen, and also Aussie Swiss franc, because I know what you think. We think about high beta versus safe havens. Prices are going most likely going to move identically, but the scenario is not that. CAD yen, in my analysis, is seems to be moving up, okay, for the medium term, and then down. Aussie Swiss franc on the other side is looking quite bearish. So you see how trade wars are affecting the FX markets. Now, on the other side, don't forget that the yen looks quite weak at the moment, and it is a safe haven indeed, but it seems like markets are shifting to more safe sort of assets, let's say, not only from a deposit sort of perspective, because obviously there are negative rates in Japan and Swiss franc, but also from a perspective of the economy of the actual currency. So the Swiss bank is looking much more stable and much more, let's say, they are on a neutral stance at the moment against compared to the Japanese one. So let's go ahead with the Canadian against the yen. I'm seeing this as an ending triangle, right? As you can see that with waves 1, 2, 3, we're going for wave 4, and then we should get to wave 5. Now, this last correction, always we are in threes, right, on a triangle. So this last correction is a complex one, and we're expecting now wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're expecting now wave 5 to complete this this move, right? That can happen anywhere between 83.82 and 85.56. But since this is looking really that was the end of wave 3 and 2.5, we could get up to 3.5, anywhere between 85.40 and 85.56 or so to complete wave 4. And then we should get, of course, a move to the downside. Now, this is an ABC correction, which ended at the 16.8 Fibonacci extension, and this looks quite sharp. So most likely going to see that moving as an impulsive move to the upside. It could even end as an ending triangle that is going to finish the wave 5 of this minute degree corrective move that it has an impulsive nature, let's just say. Both the RSI and MACD are supporting with very good bullish divergence signals that are quite small, which means we are going to see that moving to the upside, but not for much longer, which is exactly what we expect. Now, the other pair, Aussie Swiss franc. Aussie Swiss franc is looking bearish, to be honest. Contrary to CAD yen, we've had this move to the downside over a long period of time on Aussie Swiss franc, with wave 4 ending at the 68.94, right? With the correction over here, ABC and C being an ending triangle. Since then, we had a sharp decline, which means that we completed wave 1 now. Then we're looking at the correction for wave 2, then 3, 4, and 5. Right? Now, we have good signals here as well on the RSI and the MACD, and that's why we can, I remain bearish on the short, medium, and even longer term. And how I see this happening, since this is a sharp move to the downside, and this is somewhat corrective and long lasting, let's say, correction, I would see the wave 3 coming down an impulsive move again with 5 waves. Then wave 4 would be a sharp correction because this one is not sharp. And then wave 5 can expect a truncation, or we can expect any sort of move for wave 5 as always. But I mean, trust me, wave 3 is going to cross below the 65 level. Okay, so we're looking at this becoming a very good bearish signal and then moving all the way to the upside. Of course, that all could be invalidated if this is wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5, which means that this is not an ABC. This is 1, 2, then we're going for 3, 4, and 5. But this is highly unlikely. Whatever the case, if that was also in play, we are going to see another move to the downside because we've done 1 and 2, we're going for 3, or we would have done A, B, and we're going for C if that was the case.